3. First order of business is to elect a moderator. Do I have any nominations for a moderator?
I nominate.
All right.
Also.
Any other nominations?
Move nominations be closed.
Second.
Okay. All those in, I'll just, I don't think we have to, all those in favor of closing the nomination?
Aye.
All those in favor of me being the moderator?
Aye.
Okay. First thing the moderator does is read just one sentence. Okay, actually, Amanda's going to read the public notice.
The legal holders of the town of East Windsor are hereby warned that a town meeting will be held at the Town Hall, 11 Rye Street, Broadbrook, Connecticut, on Tuesday, June 7, 2016, at 7:30 p.m. for the following. Item 1, to consider and vote upon the recommendation of the Board of Selectmen that the polls shall be open from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. to conduct the budget referendum on June 14, 2016. Item number 2, to consider and approve the proposed ordinance regarding panhandling in the town of East Windsor. And item number 3, to consider and approve a supplemental appropriation in the amount of $1,474 and not to exceed $1,500 for an automated external defibrillator for the parks of East Windsor. Dated at East Windsor, Connecticut, this first day of July 2016. East Windsor Board of Selectmen, Robert Maynard, Richard Pippin, Jason Bauza, Steve Dearborn, Dale Nelson.
Thank you. And now, eligibility to vote. At any town meeting other than a regular or special county election, or any meeting of any fire, sewer, or school district, or any municipality subdivision of any town incorporated by a special act, any person who is elector of such town may vote, and any citizen in the United States of age 18 years or more who, jointly or severally, is liable to the town, district, or subdivision for taxes assessed against him on an assessment of not less than $1,000 on the last completed grand list of such town, district, or subdivision, or who would be so liable if not entitled to exemption under Connecticut statute subdivision 17, 19, 22, 23, 25, 26 of section 1281 may vote, unless restricted by the provisions of any special act relating to such town, district, or subdivision. There you have it. Okay. I'll ask that item number 1 be read and we can discuss it.
To consider and vote upon the recommendation of the Board of Selectmen that the polls shall be open from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. to conduct the budget referendum on June 14, 2016. I move the foregoing resolution be adopted.
Second. Thank you, Will. Any discussion? Okay, but I'll say that what we had done, it was at a prior town meeting, we had set the date of the referendum for June 7th, but the charter says it has to be the second Tuesday in June, so we're correcting our error at that time. Is there any further discussion? I think I saw light. That's your vote. Okay, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
And would someone read item number 2? And so moved. Sure.
To consider and approve the proposed ordinance regarding panhandling in the town of East Windsor, I move that the foregoing resolution be adopted.
Second?
Second.
Discussion. Steve?
We're going down a slippery slope. Reason being that Gilbert versus the town of Reed versus yes, the Reed versus the town of Gilbert, Arizona was struck down by a full court in Arizona due to context in content and free speech, which panhandling is. Also, the First and Seventh Court of Appeals struck down panhandling. First court being Boston, Seventh Court being Springfield, Illinois, struck down panhandling ordinances. Now, we don't fall under either of those circuit courts. We fall under the Second Circuit Court here in Connecticut. But given that the federal court, the Supreme Court, affirmed the decision of, let's see, Gilbert versus, or Reed versus Town of Gilbert for free speech content, I would not suggest we go about it because we'd be putting ourselves on the hook for legal liability, given those three court cases.
Okay.
The Supreme Court decision and two circuit court decisions that specifically struck down panhandling in the First and Second.
Any further, Steve?
I want to make a comment on it because today I saw it, I think, for the first time in East Windsor. I guess it's been going on at the Walmart, but I mean, I'm talking about on the street at intersections. I saw it today for the first time. It was right at the end of Newberry Road, at that humongous intersection. Now, that is a real safety problem there. People stopping, give this guy money, traffic flying, that's a big intersection. That's the biggest one in town.
It's down by Walmart.
Right at Walmart, it's the biggest one in town, most traffic, I believe. And to me, I don't care if it's a thing of freedom of speech, okay? You pass this thing, if something happens, then we resend it, okay? Plain and simple. But meanwhile, we can't have these people at these intersections creating havoc and a traffic jam and accidents. Because that's what I thought about today when I was going across with my tractor trailer. If a car stopped quick to give him a $20 bill and bam, I nailed that guy. It happened. Never know. So I urge to vote this thing in and see what happens. I'm sure that man is looking for $2 and $10 is not going to take us to court. I don't see him in South Windsor anymore.
Jason Bowser, 34 Rice Street. I could not more strongly disagree with Mr. Dearborn. I don't believe that the passage of this ordinance is sloped at all. I think it is actually a cliff that we would be going over. I'm looking right now at the picture of Norman Rockwell's four freedoms, or one of the four freedoms. That's the freedom of speech. And in that guy's pocket is the Constitution. You cannot infringe on free speech. We have a legal opinion that was actually given to us before the selectmen's meeting that we passed this, and it was never mentioned, which is troubling in its own right. But it says that panhandling is a type of speech. Panhandling it's interpreted by the appellate, and I believe this is now the Supreme Court, as speech. Similar ordinances in many states under the same legal reasoning have been vacated because it violates the First Amendment. When challenged in Massachusetts, the court that actually had upheld that the ordinance was sound reversed itself in its entirety and required that the entire ordinance be struck. There are constitutional means, as the legal opinion points out, that are already in place, whether they be loitering or harassment or burglary. There are ordinances and laws that are already permissible, which makes this ordinance redundant in nature. And those remedies that are available are constitutional. I think that this would be an example of passing a bad ordinance for an unjustified reason. There's been one instance that Steve has mentioned of it even happening in town. And I think that bad ordinances and bad laws lead to bad decisions and bad outcomes. I am troubled that this was something that the board didn't really consider during our debate. And it really calls into question some other things about what else we want. But I really couldn't more strongly urge this be rejected. This is absolutely the wrong thing to do.
Thank you. Paul?
Paul Anderson, 89 Main Street. I brought in a newspaper article that showed that these ordinances are being struck down. I'm not aware of any actually being upheld. If they're contested, they get struck down. If they're not contested, it doesn't make them constitutional. You can enact any law you want, but that doesn't make it constitutional. It has to challenge. I don't think we can afford it to challenge. Our budget right now for legal expenses is way beyond anything reasonable for the new budget as proposed. I think it's ridiculous, $250,000, it makes no sense whatsoever. I don't see increasing that cost down the road to try to prove a point. There's no way I can support this as written, and there are other laws on the books. And that's our problem in this country. We don't enforce the laws we have. We keep creating new ones. We don't need any new laws. We should be taking laws away. We have so many, nobody knows what to do. No way I can support this.
Steve? I respect their opinions. If you know something, and you don't stand up for anything, you stand up for nothing.
I'm quoting from the May, Denise Menard, 73 Miller Road. I'm quoting from the May 16th letter that was addressed to the first selectman from the town attorney, and it says, "The ordinance as drafted will likely be found to be unconstitutional." For this town meeting body to approve something that has been legally advised to be unconstitutional is probably a pretty dangerous thing to be doing. I for one, will be voting against it.
Thank you. Jason?
I would just agree with the comment that Mr. Dearborn made, that this is important to stand up to fight, because this is a canary in the coal mine. You start messing with the protections that are enshrined in the Constitution, and there's not much hope left.
Further discussion? Okay, do we have this seconded? Did anyone second? Yeah, good. Hearing no more further discussion, all those in favor of this, please raise your hand. All those opposed, please raise your hand. We do not pass this ordinance. I need to make a motion for item number 3.
Richard P. Peppin, 37 Wall Road. To consider and approve a supplemental appropriation in the amount of $1,474 and not to exceed $1,500 for an automated external defibrillator for the parks of East Windsor. I move the foregoing resolution be adopted.
Second. Discussion.
David March, 73 Miller Road. I didn't hear anything about training to use the device. Is that in the proposal as well? They have to be certified to use it.
It's not in the proposal. It is what it is. It's to buy an AED defibrillator for the parks in East Windsor. And actually, go ahead.
I do recall originally when it was proposed, it was stated by Melissa that they had lifeguards on duty who were trained and certified to be able to use this equipment. So they had people to use it, but they had no equipment to use. And that was the issue.
So I guess we have trained people there. Further discussion? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor, raise your hand. Okay, opposed? It's unanimous. Okay, that ends,
Motion to
the town
adjourn.
meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?